Info Hub. In our headlines, plans on stream to connect more hinterland communities to the internet. Aviation industry providing over 3,000 jobs. GGMC receives semi-precious stone samples. GSA graduates urge to make a difference, and Youth Parliament concludes with steamy debates. These stories and more when we return. Daddy! Thanks for staying with us. Under the Guyana-Norway Agreement, a GRIF project will see more hinterland communities connected to the internet. Gabriela Patram sat down with Minister of Public Telecommunications Catherine Hughes, who explained what the project entails.
Minister Hughes is confident that the project will be granted under the Guyana Red Plus Investment Fund. She explained that the ministry has laid out all the groundwork to ensure the project is approved. The U.S. $17 million five-year intervention was formally submitted to the GRIF Secretariat and is expected to bolster the existing connectivity drive in hinterland communities.
There are many far-flung parts of the hinterland, the Rupununi, the interior, where we need special approaches to get there. And therefore, the cost of providing internet access and the development of projects that would be income generating for those communities.
One important component of the project is training of persons.
The training component that would go into these communities and provide training so that they know how they can use this internet that they're getting to better themselves.
Minister Hughes noted that the ministry has been able to connect communities in Masakanari, Mabaruma, Bartika, and Linden, and under this project, more communities will be connected. Gabriela Patram for InfoHub.
A recently completed international study on the impact of Guyana's aviation sector revealed that it is responsible for over 3,000 jobs locally. More this report. The Guyana Civil Aviation Authority contracted Oxford Economics in London to execute the study in June 2016 to assess the economic impact of civil aviation. Director for Air Transport Management Saeed Solomon highlighted the findings of the US $50,000 study.
Aviation's total impact on the economy: 3,490 jobs, 6.8 billion in GDP, 3.3 billion in labor income. Roughly a quarter of the jobs and half of the labor income are direct impacts. The rest are indirect and induced impact.
The study was conducted on domestic airlines in Guyana at the Chedi Jagan International and Eugene F. Correa airports.
The study excluded secondary airdromes such as Letem and all the hinterland airdromes because somehow it is related back to the operations at the two main airports. But apart from that, the data was not readily available for those external airdromes.
It was noted that 80% of foreigners come to Guyana by air. Both tourism and air operations create about 12,040 jobs and roughly $20 billion contribution to the gross domestic product. GCAA's Director General Colonel Egbert Field lauded the study as one which will contribute to the economic future of Guyana.
A study of this type had never been done before, and now we understand what part aviation plays in the growth of Guyana.
The Guyana Geology and Mines Commission was presented with semi-precious stone samples today.
The chairman of the GEM Group of Companies, R. Viramani, told GGMC's acting commissioner, Noel Dennison, that his company can help in the development of Guyana's stone market.
We help other countries either establishing the market or to promote their material.
The GGMC's acting commissioner, Dennison, said he was pleased that the company is prepared to collaborate with his agency.
We have a lapidary section, and that in many ways has been under-tooled, under-equipped, and under-promoted. And perhaps this is a good time to see how we can raise the profile and get the lapidary back on the proper footing.
Viramani is credited with starting India's decorative stone industry, which has a current export market value of around $2 billion annually. The country has identified 200 varieties of stone, and the GEM Group has branded more than 70 of these.
JGMC has a number of similar kinds of rock types on demonstration, but those varieties that they are going to leave with us will certainly put it on a different platform.
The GEM Group is on a scoping mission in Guyana to explore investment opportunities. Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
Global Youth Tobacco Survey shows there is high level of tobacco use among school children. Delicia Haynes has the details.
The Global Youth Tobacco Survey revealed that smoking and tobacco use in public schools among youth before the age of 12 was approximately 45%. This and other findings has geared the Ministry of Public Health into action targeting more youths for health promotion against the use of tobacco.
With the passage and robust enforcement of tobacco legislation in Guyana, we believe as a government and as a ministry that the harmful effects of tobacco use will be significantly reduced over time if we are going to work towards significantly reducing and hopefully eradicating tobacco use in our society. It is important that we begin to target our youth population. Empirical data has revealed that most young smokers become adult smokers.
Report recommendations indicate an urgent need to strengthen existing policies while creating others to effectively reduce youth tobacco usage.
Many students who smoke express the desire to quit smoking, and many have even attempted to quit. However, the tools weren't there, so with the proper assistance and tools, these students could stop smoking forever. Easy statement, but we then recognize that you have to deal with the addictive part of nicotine.
Minister Cummins concluded that if the government fails to act decisively on tobacco legislation, generations will be left to suffer consequences of chronic non-communicable diseases. Delicia Haynes for InfoHub.
Thank you, Delicia. Agriculture Minister urges GSA graduates to use their skills to make a difference in their respective career fields. Here is Delicia once again.
113 students of the Guyana School of Agriculture graduated on Wednesday, August 9, 2017 at the school's Plant Science Building in Monrepo, East Coast Demerara. They were charged by Minister of Agriculture Noel Holder to make a difference in their various career fields.
In the present day, there are many problems: unemployment, poverty, unnecessary debts, etc. You can be the change in your life. This graduation tells you that you are ready to get into action. I urge you to assist in creating a Guyana which will be different, one that is safer, with less unemployment, less poverty, no global warming.
As technicians and associate professionals, Minister Holder told the graduates that they could be the generation that will bring an end to world hunger, boost food security, alleviate malnutrition, and help the agriculture sector adapt to climate change.
As you commence your activities in the world of work, I would encourage you to learn as much as you can about the position and the role that you're supposed to be playing. Understand that agriculture, like cricket, is a team sport. You can't do it alone. And so learn how your role interacts with other roles for the team to go on and win.
The best overall graduating students for each of the programs offered by the GSA are Nafira Mokan and Monishwa Rampasad for the Diploma in Agriculture, Nadine DeYoung for the Certificate in Agriculture, Megan DeSantos for the Diploma in Animal Health and Veterinary Public Health, and Delon Penyu and Michelle Vera for the Certificate in Forestry. Delicia Haynes, InfoHub.
The third sitting of the annual Youth Parliament saw intense debates on motions including the limit placed on the number of CSEC subjects written by students and the local oil refinery.
After days of intense training, members of the third annual Youth Parliament took part in the first sitting with a heated debate among the members. The young parliamentarians took charge of the sitting as they impressed the audience with readiness and confidence. Minister of Education Chantal Day, in her support for the motion cap on CSEC subjects, had this to say.
First and foremost, Mr. Speaker, towards the conclusion of grade 9, students are wholly provided with opportunity to select a stream based on their interest and their aspiring career choice, not ours. This process is meticulously conducted to steer our young minds towards a field in which is appealing as well as beneficial to them and not us.
Member of the opposition, Shadow Minister of State, Juanita Razak, argued the government should allow students to choose their career path.
Your Honor, under the UN Rights of the Child Convention, Article 12, and I quote, "Children have the right to voice their opinions and for adults to listen and take it seriously," unquote. And therefore, the government is clearly in breach. Youths have rights. And once the government is making a decision based on education, the students have the right to be involved in this decision-making process since, as we know it, the Cooperative Republic of Guyana is a democratic country.
The first debate was followed by a motion on the final settlement of the Guyana-Venezuela controversy, then by the third motion, improving systems to combat suicide in Guyana. After a 45-minute recession, the second half began with a final debate on local oil refinery. After concluding the final debate, the scores were tallied and the government emerged as the winning team. The sitting was well attended as it saw support from government officials, teachers, students, and members of the public. Crystal Stull for InfoHub.
And for the final story this evening, Gabriela Patram joins us again to tell us that the Queen's Baton successfully passed through Kaitro Falls, Surama and Anai communities before it left Guyana.
Minister Sidney Allicock described the Queen's Baton passage through the hinterland regions a historic moment. He noted that the activity could not have happened at a more opportune time.
Today is a very significant day in the lives of the people of Surama and Anai, more so the region and the country, to be able to have the Queen Baton entering into the hinterland of Guyana. I think the opportunity given here would allow not only the people of Surama, but Guyana as a whole, to showcase what we have in the world.
The Director of Sport, Christopher Jones, said aside from showcasing Guyana, it also provided the opportunity to interact with the residents, especially youth, due to participate in the Commonwealth Games 2018.
I think our local athletes yesterday had the opportunity to touch the Queen's Baton as well. And Guyana as well, as you know, we're making preparation to be part of those games. But all in all, I think the 2 days activity with the Queen's Baton being in Guyana was tremendous. And of course, the exposure to the world. We will see the fruits of those in the months and years to come.
The Queen's Baton was designed in Australia to represent the people, the place and the spirit of the Gold Coast city, hence the loop design. It captures the energy and the people feel exists there. The Queen's Baton is slated to depart Guyana and travel through several countries before ending its journey in Falkland Islands. Gabriela Patram, InfoHub.
Thanks for watching. Connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media. Goodbye.